Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. We got to talk about the Amazing Race 33. It's episode 4 now, right? Yes.
It is the third week, episode 4,
Right.
and reset from COVID. We're going to dive into all of it. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And we're on Patreon, patreon.com/Nerdtainment. You can throw us a few dollars over there.
Come hang
if
out
you
with
want
us.
to support us.
Be a part of the community.
Yes. All right, we are in
everybody.
Switzerland following the shutdown. It's 19 months later, everybody,
how
and we're just in
is Switzerland.
Oh, it really is gorgeous, but this leg is my nightmare.
This leg is my dream.
No, that roadblock. I mean, thank God it's a roadblock. We don't both have to do it.
Right.
You can take it.
Thank you. I will.
Enjoy the heights, Sarah.
Yes. This roadblock is everything I want out of Amazing Race. But first, we're standing there with just 5 teams at first.
Right.
And feels like, whoa, what a year.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
I mean, truly, what a year, though. Like, we're sort of like seeing differences. Like I said to you, I was like, the Holdernesses
they look fit.
A little bit fitter than they did before. Like, they put in the work over the break. But then, we're also learning that the twins lost their grandmother to COVID. Like, we're catching up and realizing people went through a lot in the past 19 months.
It reminded me in those early days, those first 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
If you got COVID bad, you went into the hospital and you never saw your loved ones again.
That's right.
You weren't there to say goodbye to them. And hearing their story about their grandma just reminded me of that fear I had because I was like, oh my God, if my mom goes into the hospital and dies without me, I don't know how I'd survive that. Yeah. So you forget about these things because gosh, we have to move on.
Yeah.
But hearing the stories, flight attendants got laid off. A lot of flight attendants did.
Yeah. I mean, good old Ryan. He will bring up that prison story at any opportunity. Like, he is so good at just sliding that in. He's like, well, I'm used to being in lockup, so I handled it okay. It's like,
just locked up again.
An expert at bringing that up.
I also feel like the editors are like, how quick can we get to that story?
Truly.
We got to remind people he was in prison for 10 years.
Whoa,
insane.
And has a sense of humor about it.
Yes.
How?
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
But then he's like, hey, let's bring in a couple more teams.
Yeah, right. Because they're like, if you didn't notice, which I know you did, there are 5 of you rather than 9 of you. Like, fully 4 teams cannot come back. Like, which ones are they? It's the husbands.
Oh, which ones are they?
I'm like, I didn't write it down.
Yeah. The husbands that I am devastated that we have lost them. They couldn't come back. Connie and Sam, we knew had a baby.
Parents.
Ray Carl knew that wasn't going to last.
And then Anthony and Spencer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we hear there was an injury with that. So hopefully we will know more after today. I imagine they're now released of their NDA and they can openly talk about not coming back.
But they just breeze by it. Yeah. They're like, 4 teams are not here. Let's bring in the old team.
They're like, we've already forgotten who those 4 teams are. What?
Yeah.
4 teams who? Don't worry about it. Remember these 2?
Do you? Because one of them was gone first. Like, did you ever even meet them? We're not sure.
Well,
but
you know what? Honestly, I was sad to lose them. They were in my top 3.
Yeah.
This is Michael and Mo, our singing cops that we're talking about.
That's right.
They went out first, and I was devastated about it. And then we were sadly lost Aruna and Natalia the last episode.
Yeah.
But no, they're back,
They're
guys.
both back, which is exciting. And listen, here are the new rules, right? We're on a chartered plane. You're not taking public transportation, which means more self-driving, which means more stick shift drama. We can look forward to that.
There wasn't stick shift this time.
Not this leg, but I'm sure it's coming up.
I better.
But it's go all over again, and they have to find buses, and it's 3 buses. Immediately, Sarah and I are like, 3 buses for 7 teams?
Wow.
Quickly you realize it's like capacity issues. And I think
it because
they're just doing this for the race, right?
Yeah.
3 on this bus, 2 on this bus, 2 on this bus. They're all the same size bus. Like, you could fit 3 and 1 or whatever, but they're just splitting it up this way. And
off they go into this beautiful town of Switzerland. We get on our buses, and of course, as you would guess, the first bus has our flight attendants, Holderness family,
and the bros,
the dudes.
Yeah,
we can call them the dudes now because we lost Anthony and Spencer. So we just have
the dudes, not the bros. The bros was all 4, and now it's just the dudes.
It was a bro quad.
Okay.
And now there's just one team of
bros
or dudes. Bros or dudes, whatever.
Sure. We'll call them dudes. I'm on board with dudes. They're the dudes. Okay. But yes, it's not surprising to see these 3 teams in front. Then they cut to Cops and Arun and Natalia on the same bus. And I'm like, do not tell me they're on the last bus.
This isn't good. The 2 of them on a bus together, but it's not the last bus.
It's not. They're in the middle.
The last bus is Sherry and Akbar and the twins.
And again, it's like, ugh, yikes! Like, don't love seeing those 2 teams on the last bus either, But it ends up not really mattering because they get to this gondola situation. I call it a funicular, but they keep referring to it as a gondola. Maybe it's a Swiss thing.
Anyway, it's a tram that goes up very, very high. And let's just say, as we're watching, David starts having a panic attack.
I'm sweating.
Just watching.
I'm having I'm getting chills thinking about it right now.
It was just on the television and David was freaking out.
I can't I'm just picturing it breaking free of those wires and plummeting to the earth, and they all die in their masks on television.
It's been there for centuries. It's fine.
Centuries. Yeah, right. Maybe decades. Maybe decades.
Well, I've never once heard of it crashing, so I think it's safe. All the teams are on it. They're totally fine. They are masked at this point, which we thought was interesting. But then they get to this very high point on this mountain. Now, this is a roadblock.
8,000 feet in the air.
It's a little high. I love heights. I thought this was gorgeous. I would have died to do this roadblock. But breathing that air is very difficult.
I just went to Mexico City relatively recently, and that's like 7,000 feet elevation, Mexico City, which I didn't know was that high. But I remember we were walking upstairs to get to this like old basilica, right? And halfway up the stairs, I'm so winded. I had to take a break. I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I know I didn't sleep that great last night, but I have to take a break to walk upstairs. And my friends are like, it's the elevation.
David? Tell us about, was it a rough night? Yeah.
Well, I was sharing a bed with a friend.
No. Oh.
And I don't snore, but my friend snores. So
snorer.
I could not get a good night's sleep.
Okay. Anyway, back to the show, though. On top of a mountain.
Yes.
Here we go. Roadblock. Who wants to take in the view?
Yeah, Sarah.
I do.
Yeah.
And some of the teams wanted to, and some people very much did not want to take in the view. You get to go and stand at Phil shows us. You get to see 6 countries.
It does look amazing. And sounds amazing.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to go there. I don't know what this was called. I got to figure it out and write it down because I would like to go there.
Yeah. But it's like 6. It's like we thought the 4 corners was cool in America, where you get to like stand in 4 states at the same time. This, you get to turn around and see 6 countries in this gorgeous, like mountainous setting, like absolutely incredible. But there's just, the path is so narrow.
It's a little path
that they have to walk along.
You're sort of mountain climbing and going around, and you're going to get your clue and come back. You have to retrace your steps. It's a beautiful view for Ryan's shorts.
I'm not complaining. Those legs.
But I was like, wait, why is the shorts? They looked so much tighter and shorter.
Sarah was like, did he remove his shorts? Like, there's no, but they're just like hiked up weirdly with the harness,
with the harness thing. I couldn't stop staring at the lack of shorts.
Yeah.
For this, but he's gonna just do absolutely fine on this. He's loving it. He's in his element.
Yeah.
Penn is killing it. He's gonna pass.
He's running.
Raquel, Arun,
yeah.
Lala.
Yeah. No, Raquel is like, can you not? Like, because Penn is like making his way around people, and he's so like long-limbed and lanky like myself, and it's just like, it looks like he could fall down the mountain at any second. But they've told them at this point, like, you know, they have to go down the rope and unclip and clip right away because you're on the edge of a cliff for a lot of this. But at this point, when he's running, they're allowed to like take the clips off, and Penn is like fully dragging his guide along with him.
The guide's like not in camera. He is being drugged for sure. But honestly, when they unclipped and Penn like picked up the speed, is when it looked like gravelly.
Yes.
And those little rocks could have been an easy slip, and now you're sliding down a mountain
and taking Raquel with you.
Somebody.
Yeah, right. Yes. I was like, okay, pump the brakes a little bit, but he's trying to make up time and get past people. So I do think, is he the second or third, whatever it is, he does pass a couple of people.
Yeah.
But for the most part, people are doing just great to okay.
Yeah.
And then there's Mo, who's having a hard time, and Sherry, who is absolutely just nowhere in this.
No, poor Sherry. She seemed to think that Akbar shouldn't do it. He's too big, but he's standing off going, I should have done it. So I'm not sure what their actual conversation was.
Yeah.
And even if Akbar would have done better than Sherry, but Sherry's hating this.
Mm-hmm.
She's not loving this. And she gets lapped by everybody.
And they're all frustrated at first when they like come up against Sherry, because she's like kind of blocking the whole path in a way. And they're like, we can't get past her. They're like, but then they're all like, Sherry, you got this. Like, proud of you. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. You can do this, which
keep it up.
Easy for them to say.
Take your time.
On the way back.
We're going to win. Don't you worry.
Right.
You take all day.
It's all good. It's all good. Then even
rush.
Mo is like passing her, and he's like, girl, I know you and I, we don't like this kind of stuff, but you keep it up. Like, I did it, you can do it, And then Akbar is just up there, and he's like second guessing everything. He's like, I should have done it. Yeah. I can't make these rookie mistakes anymore. Like,
we've lost it. We came back, and this is it. It's over. Like, I imagine most people would be like that, just standing up there by yourself because everyone else has left, and watching your partner not doing a great job. My heart went out to them.
Yeah.
This is a tough thing for some people. Like, if David accidentally got stuck doing this, it would be a nightmare.
It would be a nightmare.
Watching you try to struggle through it.
Yeah. But Sherry's, she's just doing the thing where she's like, stare at the path. Do not look down, because I'm going to have a panic attack.
You just got to do it.
Then eventually clouds roll in and Sherry disappears from view. And Akbar is like, well, I hope she's still there. If she fell down the mountain, I don't know how I'm going to know.
You'll hear
it.
You'll hear it if
but
it goes really
on the
bad.
way out, they get their next clue, right? They run to the clue box, whatever. And Ryan and Dusty are so close to getting on a separate gondola from everyone else.
They are quite a bit of a lead here, running out with their clue, run to the gondola, just missed it.
Like seconds. They were like seconds away from getting on
this gondola. That makes all the difference, because now every single team catches up with them, except for Sherry, who's still way out there.
But even the cops, who Mo was not doing a great job, but just that like 10-15 minutes of waiting for the gondola to come back puts everybody now on the same gondola back down.
Yes.
Except, like you say, Akbar and Sherry. And then it's a pretty simple, like, they just have to go find, it's a route info. They get their next clue, and then they go to the detour, which is punch it or toss it.
Yes. I want to just take a moment to savor that they've gotten off the gondola. They're going to the next clue box.
Yes.
They're gonna get this clue.
They're in cars
about this next roadblock.
Right.
Or the detour, sorry.
That's right.
And let's just take a moment to say, Michael and Mo are first, y'all.
They got there first.
Michael and Mo, they get to that clue box.
Yeah.
They grab that clue first place. It says on their Chiron.
Screenshot that and frame it.
Yes.
Because you have that. It says Michael and Mo, singing cops, currently in first place.
Drink it all in.
Yes.
Because now it's going to go horribly wrong for you.
Oh my goodness. Another thing that I love seeing in this moment is there's like cars, like they're kind of getting turned around and and Arun is in the driver's seat, and he takes a pause where he's about to offer some advice to another team, and Natalia's like, we are in a race, do not help them. And I'm like, that is growth
learned.
Yes.
You took your COVID time and you sought inside you, and you said, I helped other teams and I lost.
Yeah. She's like, we're in a race.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I love to see it. Thank you. Roll that window up and say, Dad, nope. Okay, we're going to punch it or toss it.
Yeah.
Clearly, the descriptor in the clue is not clear.
It is not.
Their teams are going places, I think, why?
Yeah.
And they're getting there and they're saying, ugh.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like the dudes.
Ryan
and Dusty immediately are like, toss it. And we're both like, toss it. No, you need to punch it. You're definitely punching it. Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, I think punch it seems way easier. It's not like building a barrel. Like you're just nailing a little thing. I think I could do it with these little wimpy arms.
Yep.
And the flag thing has a judge. And
that's right.
When you have a judge, you just don't know.
And it's like the flag thing is a performance thing. And then the belt just feels like a precision thing.
Right.
Do this thing in this order. You're done. You're good to go. Right. It's not about like doing it to a certain level. You either do it or you didn't. You know.
But this might have been wrong because it plays out differently than
we're wrong. We're dead wrong. Yeah.
Oh, we're dead wrong. Okay.
We are. Yes.
I said we might be a little wrong.
No.
David's like, no.
No, toss it was the easy one.
This was, okay. Well, the Holderness and the dudes are going to get to the toss it first, which is a flag dance, flag choreography.
Like color guard kind of a situation. Very quickly, they're like, we should be standing behind him so that we learn it, the right way. I feel like the dudes have the Holdernesses to thank for how well they're doing here, because it's definitely Penn who was like, we should be on the other side. And then it's also Penn and Kim who are like calling out the moves the entire time, like basically teaching the dudes the dance moves as they're learning it, So
yeah, I question. I mean, Kim seemed like she was definitely doing it on purpose to let Penn have these instructions.
Yeah.
Like she's saying things out loud for his benefit.
Yeah.
But also
everybody
the dudes are hearing this. They're together at this point. But I also wondered if they were working together. They've been on the bus, since the start of this leg, they've been together. Right. And so I'm questioning, were they on a group text this whole COVID? How close are these teams?
Yeah, good question.
But they do have some how'd you phrase it? What are words, David?
They do have some to They do have.
What did they owe to the Holdernesses?
To thank,
because the Holdernesses go first.
Yep.
Get it? No bueno.
No bueno.
And the dudes, even though they were just questioning leaving, they get it.
That was crazy. We go to a commercial break where they're like, they go back to reread the clue because they're like, I don't think we're ever going to get this, because Ryan is like, I can't move my legs like that. No. Do you see the muscles on these things?
No, I was blinded by the shorts, to be honest. I didn't see what was going on exactly. But
and Dusty's legs are not thin either. They're both like, can we really get a flag under these things? Yeah. So they're going back to read the clue and they're like, should we switch? Like, we really should have done punch it now that we're taking a closer look here.
And honestly, I agree. I thought you should have done punch it as well. I didn't know that you were going to be able to do this flag choreography.
Yeah.
But you never want to change tasks. You just
never
really
know how far away it is, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So they're like, one more go, we can do this. And then they do end up getting it on their first try, and they're the first ones out of the detour.
And I think it's because the Holdernesses went first. They got to see kind of how it goes down. Then they did it, nailed it.
Yeah.
It's going to take Kim and Penn 3 times. And I really felt for Kim at this point because my scrawny little arms would not have been able to hold up that flag over and over and over again. That many times.
But she did it. But she just took like a minute break and she was like, let me get the shaking to stop and then let me try it again. And they do get it on the 3rd time, which is great for them. Now on the other side, there's only like 2 teams learning at the same time with the flags. The other 2 teams, the flight attendants and the twins, get there. And we see them a little bit more actively helping one another here.
Yes.
Which we love to see because we love an all-female team.
We do not hate this at all.
And they're aware of like, we may need to, like, we would hear it at some point in the episode, whether it's at the pit stop or whenever, but they're like, it's time for an all-female team to win. And if it's not us, we want it to be them. So they're kind of helping each other in this moment.
They had some major girl power in this moment. They're learning the flag together. They're supporting each other. Again, group text, I'm not sure. But this one is a little bit more clear that they are kind of working together, at least kind of.
Yeah. Now, over at the belt,
Okay.
We've got the cops. We've got Arun and Natalia. They have all arrived.
And honestly, just seeing those two teams, our two eliminated teams,
yes,
are the only ones over here on this belt thing. It just worries me.
Yeah, it's a little bit like, ooh, you were the two teams who decided to do punch it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought more people would do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wrong.
Yeah.
Now it does seem like there's a couple elements here that make this a difficult task.
Bit confusing. Yeah.
You got to figure out the order.
Yep. To tell a story.
Seemed fairly obvious.
Yeah.
But then you don't know which way a belt goes.
Right. Do you start at the buckle or do you start at the other end? Sarah says, I would start at the buckle, and Sarah is right.
It turns out that is correct.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Arun and Natalia are going to figure this out first, but sweet singing cops, they're going to realize they're doing it
the opposite way. But they're like, let's just go with it.
Yeah.
You know, like we are committing to this because maybe they're wrong and we'll see how it goes. Now, it also just feels like this is taking a long time. Like, not only are they doing it opposite ways, but it's taking both of these teams a good amount of time to finish this thing. I thought it was just like punch the holes in the belt, hammer the things on, and get out of there. But apparently it's harder than we thought.
Yeah, apparently, because we're seeing people leave the flag thing. So we've already said the Holderness and the dudes are out. Dudes first, Holderness second. But then the twins are able to get it on the first try, the flags. They're out in third place. Then we see the flight attendants get out in fourth place as Sherry and Akbar are arriving. And we've yet to see anyone do the belt.
So listen, that means that Sherry finished that thing. God knows how long it took her to get back up that mountain.
Honestly, it looked like a whole other day.
Okay, it's 8,000 feet, and she's climbing up that thing. Finally, she gets there. They get in the car. They go to the route info. They get the info on the detour. They go to the flag thing, and they arrive while the flight attendants are just leaving, and the other people are still at the belt. So truly, I guess they weren't as far behind as maybe we thought. But
they were just able to make up some time. They didn't get lost. Yes. They were efficient with getting there.
Yeah.
Now, when they showed up at the flags, I was very excited about that. Ray, thank you so much for the super
Ray, you're the best with the super stickers.
Love it. Thank you.
Yes.
When they showed up at the flags, I was happy about this because the other two teams weren't there. And so, in my opinion, they were able to get out of their heads. They don't know where they are.
Right.
They are not comparing themselves to someone else. Just do the task and get out of there.
And I think they also show up and see, oh, another team is leaving. We're still in it. We're not fully out, you know? So that's, I think you're dead on there. Like, they felt like, okay, we're still in the mix, but also we don't have to worry about like, oh my God, they're getting it so much more easily than we are.
And we see them leave, and now we know we're behind them or whatever.
Yeah, like, let me tell you something. Like, Akbar and Sherry are not exactly nailing it. Like, they're also, I think what we saw in this episode is that they didn't necessarily take the time to like go through any kind of transformation in the way that the Holdernesses did, right? No shade. Akbar and Sherry are educators. They are they're very busy.
Oh, you're talking about during COVID,
like they didn't do like a lot of yoga. I don't think they like did a lot of running.
You're saying what was their prep to come back here? You had it.
Akbar and Sherry are still struggling in many of the same ways that they were struggling before the COVID shutdown. So anyway,
I see what you're saying, but they can swing a flag around just fine.
They did it. Yes.
It's going to work out just absolutely, actually surprisingly well for them here. But Arun and Natalia going to go get their belt checked. They're finally done. It is correct.
It's correct, which is bad news
for Michael and Mo, who are waiting there just going, it is it right?
Yeah.
They got that right.
They get the thumbs up. And then, Michael and Mo give it a go. They're like, well, listen, maybe it could be either way. They do a check right away and it is incorrect, but they also have the story wrong.
That's what. So I was like, don't get it checked. It's wrong. But the fact that they got it checked means they could cheat and see what the order is. Now they know they have the order wrong.
Right.
So this is actually very, very good.
Yes.
They can go fix it in the correct way.
Right. And while the singing cops are realizing, we did it wrong, la da da da, Akbar and Sherry are fully yelling at each other at the flags, and Arun and Natalia are getting lost.
Oh my gosh. I thought Arun and Natalia were long gone.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, cut to them asking for directions, these people and their directions.
Yeah.
It's not a strong suit for them.
It's not. No, they end up going the wrong way out of the detour.
We should have gone the other way.
Okay. I don't know how many miles they drove or how many kilometers they drove in that car the wrong direction, but finally they see someone pulled over and they're like, oh yeah, Arundel or whatever it is completely the other way. So Natalia's like,
Nikki, thank you for the super
Thanks, Nikki.
sticker. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So we've got editing messing with us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who's where.
Or it's
what's
pretty
happening.
Good too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we do see the cops finally get, you're good.
They do. Akbar and Sherry finally get the flags. Incredible.
So let's get to the pit stop order here. Obviously, Ryan and Dusty coming in first place.
The dudes, $2,500 each.
Don't give them a trip.
Do not show me that Travelocity now.
Nope.
Because it's not going anywhere now.
We are not giving away any travel. Give them the money. That's what they need right now. So yeah, $2,500 each for them. Congratulations.
Yes.
And then pretty quickly afterwards, we have Kim and Penn.
They're on the mat together. Like it's, they haven't even wrapped up with the dudes by the time the Holdernesses arrive.
Then we get a foot race. Third and fourth place.
Yes.
Raquel and Kayla are going to barely squeak it out.
Dropping their bag. She's like, drop your bag. And they hop onto the mat first, right ahead of the twins. And this is where we got that moment where they're like, girl power. Like, now, and it's not just girl power now.
It's a little specific.
It's because there's like, I think Phil kind of prompts them of like, oh, are there any teams that you've got your eye on? And they're like, well, it's just this team that like always gets first and second, and it's two men, and it's Ryan and Dusty.
Yeah. They specifically use the word cocky.
Yeah.
And then they said a name that rhymes with Rusty. So I felt like they were really making a clear message to us. So maybe that group text didn't.
Yeah, maybe not.
There. But it was nice to see that obviously Lulu and Lala, we've already talked about, they're twins. Like they can say anything. They work together in a different way than the rest of us. But Raquel and Kayla, who are our biggest surprise.
Yeah, I would say, of the season.
They took the time during COVID to look within. Get a little spiritual.
They did, yeah.
Do some meditating.
Yes.
I support all of this. I love this. I love this vibe. It looks very good on you ladies.
Yeah. Because at one point while they're doing the flags, Raquel makes a comment like, it does not matter when we get there. It matters that we get there.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
And sometimes you do have to like remove the competition from your mind and just get through whatever challenge you're facing. Like I love that little Zen moment from Raquel and Kayla. So
yeah,
excited to see more from them for sure. Now, we've got our 3 last place teams. Who's it gonna be, right?
What's happening? Where
is everybody? How far behind were Akbar and Sherry? How lost did Arun and Natalia get? Can the singing cops make it through a leg?
A leg, just once. Well, the biggest surprise is 5th place, Sherry and Akbar.
I'm shocked at this. And they are more shocked than I am because Phil is fully messing with them.
Oh, yes.
When he's like, wow, 19 months off. You think something's going to change, right? Something's going to be different.
It's tough to
when
go.
When we come back. But, somebody's got to be last on this first leg back.
And that team, whoever they might be, is going to be real disappointed.
And Akbar and Sherry are like, we are disappointed, Phil. Yes. But he's like, it is not you. You are 5th place. And they're like 5th?
They're like, not even 6th?
Yeah.
Which, sames. We were like, what? 5th? Nice. Way to make up a kind of rocky start. Literally rocky on a mountain.
Hey, how about that?
So now, who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? It's Arun and Natalia.
6th place.
6th place.
Dad and daughter, they make it. They're going to survive. And unfortunately,
that means
Michael and Mo.
It seems like
eliminated again.
It seems like the cops are just destined to not be a part of this. And that's okay. Not everyone is built for this, right? Oof, you got eliminated twice on the one leg that you tried, but you tried it and you have that first place. Chiron.
With screenshot
currently
it.
In first place. Never forget.
We took a moment. Yes. We savored it.
Yes.
I hope you did too.
And then it also seems like the only team that Arun and Natalia can lose to or can beat are the cops.
Well, that is worrying that Natalia and Arun came in second to last.
I want better for them in the next leg.
I hope that they stop getting lost.
Yeah,
that's obviously a big thing for this race. Stop getting lost. I was so devastated to lose my singing cops the first episode. They were in my top 3. I was stoked to see them back getting a second chance, but once again, it was a similar detail mistake. They didn't have their details correct in this belt task, just like they didn't have the details correct in their art task.
Yeah, because the reality is, even if they'd done it the right way, they would have had the story wrong.
Right.
So.
Yeah. They would have had to redo it no matter what. So this was not meant for them. Yeah. I'm so glad that they got to come back.
That's amazing that they get a second chance. Yeah. Like, that will probably never happen again. So, take that win. You got to go to London, and then 19 months later, you got to go to Switzerland. Like, that's incredible. But
oh my God, Switzerland is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
I would like to
really
get
amazing.
There at some point. That was beautiful. Well, we're back.
Yeah.
We're
officially in the race.
We are officially in the race. Yeah. We have reset. We have new protocols, but nothing shook me out of it. I didn't feel like, that's so different because of COVID.
Yeah.
Where I could tell. I mean, there was like that weird camera angle on the bus, but
what weird
the very first bus ride, it was like shot, and I was like, you were like, where's the camera operator? And I was like, what's this? Like, they put the 3 teams together, and maybe there was only one camera operator allowed on the bus, so it was a little different, but it was brief and not a big deal whatsoever.
Yep. The reality is, like, I think it's still very much going to feel like Amazing Race, because we see challenges like this up on mountains and doing flag routines that don't involve crowds. We see challenges like that all the time.
Yes.
So we're just going to get all challenges like that, and we're not going to get the crowded marketplace challenge.
Right. Which, I mean, they're not even going to India. They're not even going to areas like that. They're going to be out in these nature areas. Yeah. And that's what we want to see. Like, this is very Amazing Race. This kind of climb the mountain. I love it. Crowds are not what make the race.
That's
so, I loved it. I'm so excited. Guess what? I get to talk to Michael and Mo tomorrow. Look for that. If you have questions for our beloved singing cops, please leave it here in the chat. Leave a comment.
Yes.
You can tweet to me wherever. Throw out your questions, get to talk to them, and then obviously watch the video tomorrow.
Yes.
And see what they have to say about their
so exciting
2 legs.
Yes.
On the Amazing Race.
Yes. Well.
Oh, those poor guys. Those poor guys.
I know.
You guys in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you keeping us on.
We do an active chat tonight. We love an active chat.
Love it.
Thank you for interacting with each other and with us. Thank you for all those super stickers. If you are joining us later, you can leave a comment. And like Sarah said, leave your questions for Michael and Mo. Let us know what you thought a bit. Like, does this still feel like Amazing Race to you, you know, without the crowds? And what teams are you rooting for? Who put in the work over the break, and who are you rooting for to win this season?
Yeah, I feel like my top 3 might be different post reset.
Well, sure, because you now have lost the Cops again, and I lost Anthony and Spencer from my top 3. They were in my top 3 initially.
Right. And I also lost Taylor and Isaiah from.
Oh, were they in your top 3?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, wow.
So I just have the Holderness family.
Okay, got it. I got the dudes and the Holdernesses still. I think I would add, honestly, I think I'd add the flight attendants at this point.
Oh, my
I know it's like it's a field of 6 teams at this point. So like a top 3, it's half of the teams.
I know, there's so few.
Still.
I mean, the flight attendants and Lulu and Lala. I think Lulu and Lala did some preparation.
I think you're right.
I think they're more ready for the race. Holdernesses are obviously proving that they're great at the race.
Yeah.
Our dudes, obviously great at the race.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think probably we're going to see Aruna, Natalia, and Sherry and Akbar be our bottom.
I think that's right. I think that's right.
A couple weeks.
Yeah. But like we said, there's going to be some, non-elimination legs, some super legs coming up to give us some extra.
We only have 7
race.
Teams.
So
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, we will see you next time.
All right.
Have a lovely evening.